Okay, let me share the screen. So can you see me? Can you see the whole thing? Hello? Hello?
Yes, you can proceed. Actually mute
the mic. Okay, all right, so no problem. Let me then. Okay. So basically, let me start by introducing myself. Or let me say, good afternoon all. Hi, Warri. How is everyone doing? How is the weather there? I had the challenge that you guys went through. I'm really sorry. Same thing also, we went through that challenge a lot. I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Omar Said Auna, and I'm talking about Kotlin, next level of Android development, what Kotlin has to offer to us. It has been in existence for, let me say, since 2010, and it became visible in 2011. So I'll go over the whole thing to show you guys how it looks like. But before I do that, I'm going to introduce myself. Who am I? I work at Planter, a smart farm management system here in Kano, and I'm the organizer for GDG Mina and a volunteer, or let me say a member at the Nigerian Cross Society. And I love Kotlin. Yeah, Kotlin is fun. I love Kotlin. So I'll just skip this. This is supposed to be a video, but I'm just going to skip the video for you guys because of the time constraints. And I'll just start from here. So this is mostly what happened to Java programmers before Kotlin comes in. Let's assume you are building your app. Your app has to do with, okay, you build XML, you go back to the Java part, you get the ID from the XML, you put it in the Java part. All those stressful process that you go through, Kotlin solve that problem for you. The moment you call, let me say, the moment you give an ID in your XML, you don't have to go back to the Java part to start calling the ID of the XML. You just have to just call the ID of the XML direct from there instead of calling it here in the Java part. So with that, it solved that problem. And not only that, it reduces a lot of boilerplate code for us that we, like the Java guys, really saw it as an advantage that we should jump into. So history of Kotlin, how it started. Just like Java started, let me say, Java got the name from an island in Indonesia. In Indonesia, Java, an island. Same thing goes with Kotlin. Kotlin, a name of an island in Russia. That's how it goes. Then Kotlin is statically typed programming language and runs on the Java virtual machine. Kotlin was developed by JetBrains, the powerful IDE. Those, if you have used any of the JetBrains IDE, let me say IntelliJ, PyCharm, so many of them, WebStorm, there are so many. I love IntelliJ a lot. So if you're into that, you actually really love Kotlin because they build Kotlin, they founded Kotlin, and Kotlin is open source. You can go there and add your own piece of code. Even if it's a semicolon, yeah, it's welcome. You can add that, they will accept it. So it was first commit back in 2010. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
In just a second, please.
I should what?
Just hold on.
Okay.
Just hold on, just a second. Let me try and connect to another network.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
Just a second, please. Is it? The internet connection is unstable.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, please proceed.
All right. Like I was saying, first commit dates back to 2010, but was first publicly seen around 2011. And as you can see from here, we have here that this was the first commit on November 8, 2010. That was when Kotlin became visible to the whole world, that they can be able to see and they can be able to use it. So why did Google make it official? Why? Because awesome features like no label types, concise data classes, I'll talk about this later on. Then it has great community support, very powerful community support, and there was an overwhelming request for Kotlin. In 2017, they made it official when it comes to Android. Like, it's official now when you are building your app. Yeah, you can use Kotlin, it's official. So what is Kotlin? Like I said later on, Kotlin is an expression-oriented language. It is also JVM-based language developed by JetBrains. As described before, a company known for the creation of IntelliJ IDE, a powerful IDE for Java development. In Kotlin, everything is an object. This particular statement, I'm going to come back to it, and I'm going to talk about here that I said is an expression-oriented language. Yeah, what I mean by this is that even you write a single line of code, you can give it to a layman and he'll be able to understand. Okay, like someone that has not even code will be able to understand, okay, what this is happening here. That's how Kotlin works. Kotlin's expression-oriented language. And like I said, Kotlin is everything as object. Same thing here. I'll talk about this later on. And Kotlin is very intuitive and easy to learn for Java developers. And I will advise, or I'll recommend you guys to just start counting what day 1 to 10 days trial, and you won't regret it. Just pick one and start 1 to 10 and maybe learn a particular basic of Kotlin and you won't regret. That was how I started. And then let me just give myself a whole full 1 month to learn Kotlin, and this is where I am now. It's more expressive and safer, and it's highly interpretable. Yeah, you can get your Java code or your Java class and your Kotlin class and build them together in your project. They work the same way. They work very closely, and which is highly interpretable. So interesting features about it. So before I jump into that, I talked about in Kotlin, everything is an object reference type. We don't find primitive type as the one we can use in Java. Let me say like the data type. Let me give an example of data type in Java. We have int, float, double, long. Those are primitive types. But in Kotlin, they are not primitives. They are objects. They are on their own. And that is why it's very hardly we had this issue of crashing. That's why Kotlin solved the problem of nullability. And with the objects, there's a general class, let me say a God class, a super class, that all these floats, double, int are getting it from. So you might decide to call any and try to detect which variable, what data type you want to use. So it is the #1 fastest growing language. As of this year, that was what they said. The #1 growing language, and 50% of pro Android devs use Kotlin. They use Kotlin. Companies using Kotlin, there are much, like so many of them. We have Slack, Lyft, Evernote, Udacity, so many of them, Pinterest, a lot of them are using Kotlin to build app. We have Google, Pinterest, Foursquare, Trello, Netflix, Amazon, Uber, Basecamp. That is it. So many of them are coming up. And job requirement. Yeah, this particular place, job requirements in Kotlin is very, very growing high. Like the Q4 of 2018 here, you can see where the graph is growing up. From 2017, it's rising because most jobs requirement that I normally go through, I normally see like Kotlin a plus. If you're applying for a job somewhere else or a remote job anywhere, Kotlin is a plus to you. So our advisors now, you have to like, okay, you can start, if you're into Android, or maybe you're not into Android, you can learn basic of Java and jump into Kotlin and start working with it. So just try and get familiar with Java and then move into Kotlin. Kotlin sample code. This is how it looks like in Kotlin. In Java, we used to have like public static void main, you open bracket, string args, and the rest. But in Kotlin, you just call fun, which is meaning function, which is method, main, then your arguments inside there, then your code. But as of Kotlin 1.3, they remove the argument inside here. No more, you don't have to put this, your args array string. You are free from that. With Kotlin version 1.3, you are free from that. You don't have to put that. You are entirely free. Just call fun main and you start your code. Yes, yes, it has, problem has been solved. Like, it has been a problem for us. And like I said earlier on, if you give, let me say, a Kotlin sample code to someone that wants to learn Kotlin, he can easily learn Kotlin. How? Look at this code. It says fun main args array string. Then we have a function here. Well, let me say a method in Java. Repeat 3, then print in Kotlin rocks. Now imagine this. The moment you show this code to someone that has ever written his code, the moment he sees this repeat, yes, you understand what repeat is. And he saw 3 and he saw Kotlin rocks. That means, okay, this code should repeat 3 times. Instead of writing your for loop, this solves your problem. So I'm going to, from here, and I'm going to talking about a lot of features that Kotlin brings in and how you can use it. So null safety, nullable types and non-nullable types, how you can overcome it. This man here, Tony Hoas, one of the creators of programming language Algol, he was one of the people that brought the null pointer exception that we are going through. Null pointer exception has been a problem for us for ages, for a very, very long time. So in a conference, there was a conference that he attended, and he called this his $1 billion mistake that he did. So Kotlin now solved this problem for us. You don't need to bother about it. You don't need to bother about it at all. Let's say like you're running your app on your phone, and the next thing you have like your Java code has an issue with numbers or converting, and the next thing your app crashes. Null pointer exception pop up, and that's just the worst part of your app crashing. So to do that, this is how you do it. We have a non-nullable object can't be null. Val name string name null. So by default, the moment you write this line of code in your compiler, there is no way this will work. Even in Java, there is no way this will work. It will instantly indicate a warning, like an error, something is wrong somewhere else. But in Kotlin, it now brought a question mark. Specify a nullable object by using a question mark. Kotlin ensures that you don't mistakenly operate on nullable objects. See it here now, variable name string. This is where the question mark comes in. Then the var length, then it's equals to name.length. So that's where the null safety is now captured. And yes, finally, at last, we have been rescued. We have been rescued from this problem that has been existing for a very long time. Checking for null types. If you want to check, you call in your variable name string. The question mark here specifically is equals to null. Then the var length. Then if the name is not equals to null, then you should print the length of that name. Else, you should print 0. Then making safe calls using this question mark and a dot is very, very also powerful. Like I said, very, very powerful. So to use this, safely access a property method on a nullable object. If name happens to be null, the value of length is 0. In fact, integer, length will be null if it were of another type. So here, like here I said, variable name, string, then the var length, name, the question mark dot length. So you see, this is where we specify the question mark, and they said, okay, safely access a property method on a nullable object. We provided it here. If you observe here, there was nothing here. The question mark was not here, but it was provided here to make it work more stronger when it comes to using property and method in order to avoid it from crashing. So the other one is Elvis operator. We have this in Java. I can't actually remember what they used to call in Java, but in Kotlin, it's called Elvis operator. So the name actually came from this guy here with his hair and his eyes. That's where it came from. Elvis Presley, his hairstyle resembles a question mark. So he's a musician, so they use that and they actually call it Elvis operator. So what it does is it reads as if the name is not null, you should use name.length, else print 0. You see it here. Var length is equals to question mark, name of question mark, length, then 0. So I want you to observe something here. If you're observing our code that I've been showing you guys since, there is no no semicolon. There is no semicolon, no semicolon. You are free from semicolon in Kotlin. You don't have to bother putting semicolon. If you put semicolon, it will tell you you don't need it. And you observe here, I have var and val. With var and val, this is what we use in declaring our variables with var and val. I'll come to that later on. I'll explain it later. Now, the next one is the assertion operator. So this reads as if the name is not null, use the name.length, else you should throw a null pointer exception. So what this does is that with the null pointer exception, this will automatically throw the error. So if you specify it, name, the two, let me see, exclamation mark, assertion operator, then the next thing, your app will just crash. So be careful when you are using this operator. It's very, very strong, most especially when you are dealing with numbers. It will request for this, but be very careful where you're going to put it in. So you can only have the null pointer exception in Kotlin if you explicitly throw an MP yourself. You make use of the assertion operator, and external Java code causes the NPE, which is null pointer exception. So that's what we call string interpolation in JavaScript. I think that's what they used to call it in JavaScript. But in Kotlin, we call it templates in Kotlin, where you want to concatenate two variables together. You know, in Java before, you need to like add the quotation mark, then go outside, put the plus sign, and call it. But in Kotlin, you don't have to do that. You can do it inside that code and it will work for you. Same thing with Java. It works exactly the same thing with Java in Kotlin. That's why I said it is very, very interoperable with Java. You can use Kotlin code in your, the Java code in your Kotlin code. It's very, very easy. So you see it here, system out of println. This is a Java code, but it works in Kotlin. Hello plus name. It works, but mind you, when you are doing this, it's going to warn you. It won't be an error, but it's going to warn that you should convert it back to this. This is the better version of doing it. Then, yeah, with what? Yeah, that's just, you can use the two together at a time and it works for you perfect. So immutability. We also have immutability in Kotlin, same thing as Java. What is immutability? It simply means that things you create can't be changed. It can't be changed. We need immutability because it helps us with thread safety. When you are building apps that has to do with thread, no synchronization issues. It's good for value object that simply holds value. Plain old Java object notation, POSO, etc. That helps debug your application without losing your hair very easily. So how does it work in Java? Immutability in Java, we have your finite classes, your private fields, no setters, only getters. Then immutability in Kotlin, let's see how it looks like. Like I said, I talked about this var and val when I declare a variable. So var and val, they're also immutable. Like they are part of the immutability there. So var name, my name there, that's Umar. Name is first name of uppercase, and that is it. The moment you try to change this, it won't change. It will tell you compiler error, val cannot be reassigned. You have already made it mutable, right? Sorry, I made it mutable. You don't want to change it. But when you make it variable name, more name dot uppercase, yes, you can change this easily, very, very easily. Then how does it work with collections? Collections, let me just say like lists of so many things. Let me call collections in Java. We have arrays, array lists, hash map. What else again? There are so many. I don't know in Java. There's so many. It's been a while that I use Java actually. I'm into Kotlin a lot. And in Kotlin, we have mutable list of 3 hash map, array list, array, so many. There's so many. You can check on collections in Kotlin. There's so many that you can be able to use. You can see I added val and val here, the same thing, val and val. But difference is this: we have list of and mutable list of. With this, the moment you specify list of, you can add. But the moment you specify mutable list of, you can add another hobby inside. Same thing with your classes. You can see class is final by default in Kotlin. It's final by default. Val implies that the parameters final as well. Values can't be assigned. They can't be assigned. So this is immutability in Java, and this is immutability in Kotlin. And if you look here, the length of this code and the length of this code here, they are different. This is Java code, this is Kotlin code. The length is different. This is much, and this is little. What is happening inside here? Inside here is what is happening inside here. You don't have to bother yourself about doing this in Kotlin. Your getters and your setters in Kotlin, you don't need to bother about getters. You are free from it. You're totally free from getters and setters. Then functions. If you want to work with functions in Kotlin, we have fun sample function. A function is declared using the font keyword, where you specify the font keyword, then you now give it the name of that function, which is method. In Java, we call it method, but in Kotlin, it's called function. Then we have fun sample with your parameter inside. The method parameters use the name type notation. You know, in Java, how the notation works is this way. You specify your data type first, and then your variable. But in Kotlin, you specify the variable, then followed by the data type. That's how it works. Like I said here, you see here, the name and the type notation. We have where you specify, we call it parameter in your argument here, then you call it string. Your return type in Java, our return type normally used to come at the beginning of this font capitalized, but in Kotlin it comes at the end of the curly braces. So like you said here, return types are specified after the method definition. Font capitalized parameter string we have here, then return parameter to uppercase. Very easy. Then we have infix operators too also in Kotlin, which it goes this way. If you want to do it in a function, you say int infix font and dot times, which simply means your product 2 times. Then your square, you call it int square, which goes the same way they are dealing with square root. And there are so many of them. We have higher order functions, we have lambdas, we have inline functions. You can check on this. Then there are still a lot to discover. There are much, so many of them to discover. We have type analysis, classes, string template, properties, testing, so many of them that you can just look into. So many, a lot of them. Then iterators, let me select loop. We have in Java on my left-hand side and Kotlin on my right-hand side. You can see here, for int I is equals to 1, I is less than 10. This is basically for you to loop. But in Kotlin, you just have to just put for I in 1, then this 2 dots, 10. Again, for I in 1 until 10. You don't even have to bother putting this less than or greater than. You are free from that. Then this for I in 10 down to 0. You want the counting to start from down and to 0. Then for I in 1 to 10, you should take 2 steps. Same thing goes here, down to 1, 2 steps, and so many of them. So very easy. And even though you don't know how to code, like I said, you can learn Kotlin easily. It won't stress you. It won't give you tough time. Just very easily and smoothly you can learn it. Then we have when expression in Kotlin, which is switch statement in Java. With when expression, you are free from this lengthy code that is being specified here in Java. In Kotlin, you just have to just specify this line of code for checking scores and to do the work for you. Then conciseness in Kotlin, the conciseness. This is what I'm talking about. Public void, do something. Void means there is no return type, it's empty. It should not return anything. Same thing goes with Kotlin unit. If you don't have a return type, but this unit is not compulsory. You don't have to put it there. Just that is it. It's gone. You don't need it there. You should move. Then the next thing is your getters and setters. We have string get name here, string. You can see here, like I said, the return type normally used to come first in Java, and in Kotlin used to come at the end Kotlin. So there are not much difference here. But if I should go to my next slide, just watch and see. You will see that we remove the return type. We don't need it anymore. And we don't need the curly braces too. It's gone. All you have to just call just font get name, then it's equals to name. Very short and precise. Very short for you to view. Then classes, Kotlin classes. We have normal classes and we have data classes in Kotlin. You can call this data class and you can call it without data class. We have here on my left hand side, we have the Java code, private string name, string get name, set name, all this line of code here, that I see here, that is what is inside this one line of code in Kotlin. So what data class will do for you, it will help you with the string return type that we specify here. To get this string for you, that's what data class will do for you. Then here again, same thing goes. And Java and Kotlin, we have the var name, the private, get, set name in Kotlin, then get name. So like I said earlier on, you don't need this. You don't need this. You are free from it. You don't need this. The int, you don't need the int value here, the return type. So the moment I go there, you see it's gone. You don't need it. You just specify the length and that is it. So for you to get started with Kotlin, getting started, this is where is the most interesting part. You need to listen to this part very well. So getting started with Kotlin, there are important places for you to learn, which are tutorial points. Like I said in the first place, I said give yourself a 10-day trial. With tutorial points, you can easily say tutorial points can help you accomplish or you to learn Kotlin in 10 days. Within 10 days, you can learn Kotlin. Then there's another book called Kotlin for Developers by Antonio Leva. This guy, he made Kotlin for us very easy for you to use. He created a book that you're going to be following every chapter. Maybe I think what happens is I'll share the book later with Charles, and Charles will share it with you guys. That's what will happen. I'll do that later. What he did was that he created the book. Every chapter, he set a task, and at the end of the whole book, you are going to build an app. So very easy. Then we have Quants online where you want to go and learn your skills. Like, okay, you feel confident, you're confident that you are good in Kotlin, you want to do more. This place is the place for you to learn to sharpen your skills with Kotlin. Then we have a course. It's free, but no certificate. Kotlin Bootcamp for Programmers on Udacity is free. You can go there, take the course. They'll teach you the basic part. That's if you are not good with reading books, you are good at watching videos, this is a very good place for you to also learn. Kotlin Bootcamp for Programmers is on Udacity. Just search for Kotlin Bootcamp for Programmers on Udacity and you get the course instantly. It's free, like I said, it's free. They won't charge you anything. Then, for those of us that like reading, That is developers.android.com/Kotlin/learn. If you want to learn more about Kotlin, like, okay, go through step by step on how to learn Kotlin, is there available to also. Then we have compilations. What to compile your code so that people can use maybe your app or web or anything. So we have the Kotlin JVM, which you use it to build your Kotlin normal script. We have Kotlin for JS. Yeah, you can use Kotlin. Kotlin works together with JavaScript. You can use JavaScript and Kotlin together to work together. Then we have Kotlin Android. Kotlin Android makes it perfect. Then we have Kotlin Native. This is kind of new. It's very new. With Kotlin Native, you can build your Android app, your iOS app together, just like Flutter. But this is new. I haven't tried some beta version, but I'll try it very soon. Then we have what we call Kotlin multi-platform. With Kotlin multi-platform, you are going to have one common code base, everything in one place. Your Android app, your iOS app, your web app, your server, everything in one base. Kotlin does that for you. They call it Kotlin multi-platform. Then IDEs. We have IDEs, Eclipse, NetBeans, IntelliJ, IDEA, and Android Studio. I haven't tried Eclipse and NetBeans. I've only used IntelliJ and Android Studio actually, but Android Studio is official IDE. Then we have the build tools, Apache Ant, Maven, Gradle, Griffon. So this is what you use to build your Kotlin code. Is either use Gradle or Maven. I only use Gradle. I haven't tried Griffon or Maven or Apache Ant. You can check documentation on how to use it actually. Then if you want to stay updated on Kotlin, what's happening in Kotlin, we have Kotlin Weekly, where they will be sending you weekly updates on what is new in Kotlin. And we have Kotlin Conference, where you will be able to be receiving, like, you'll be able to see the Kotlin conference that is going on. Like, it happened last year and it's going to happen this year by December. And I urge you guys to go through the video. You can just check one of the two things, one of the two talks that they give, and you will really find Kotlin interesting. Then in summary, Kotlin is interoperable with Java 100%. It reduces boilerplate code. Yeah, very perfect. Object-oriented and procedural. Safety code. No semicolon. Expands your skill set. Perfect support with Android Studio and Gradle. Very easy to get started with Android development. It's very, very easy. Then we have our libraries. Libraries that I use for it. We have Anchor. Anchor, like I said, it reduces the boilerplate code, like your find view by ID and your async or your build interface with Kotlin code. And the Kotlin Android extension, it also comes in by default with your Kotlin library itself. So with this, it includes a view binder. The plugin automatically creates a set of properties that give direct access to all views in XML, all the views. Then Ktor, it handles, it deals with network, if you want to do network calls. And there's another one called coroutines that you can check it also later. Then there's a Kotlin community all over the globe. I think currently now there are about 5 or 6 in Nigeria. We have Kotlin Kano user group, Kotlin Mina, Kotlin Abuja, where else again? I think Jos, and some other places too also. So if you're interested in starting a Kotlin community in your location, you can visit this link, kotlinlang.org/user group, that user group is HTML, to start Kotlin community in your community. Then the final step now, you have 3 options. You decide Kotlin is not for you, and you continue with Java, yeah, and you try to learn everything on your own, which I did, which it was tough, but at the end, it's okay. Then maybe you go online and you learn from multiple sides. You get a guide, someone to put you through on it. And thank you very much. But before I go, I don't know, how do someone say thank you in, I don't know, which language is popular in Warri? How can I say thank you? I don't know. Hello. How can you say thank you in the popular language there? Okay, yeah, I think Orobo is a popular language, right? I guess in I don't know. How can you say thank you in Orobo? It shows there. Hello, Charles. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yo, so I was saying, how can you say thank you in Orobo in Orobo? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to do that for you. So you stay on the line.
Yeah,
All right. So Warri is a very unique city.
yeah.
You are joining us from Kano. In
Yes.
Kano, everybody speaks. Basically, the lingua franca is Hausa,
Yeah, Hausa.
right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Hausa,
Okay.
yeah.
And in Lagos, lingua. Yes. So in Lagos, the lingua franca is Yoruba,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. So you actually all right. So you actually need to stay in Warri to be regarded as a full Nigerian because you guys live more like a monolithic life over there. So I can actually give you a particular language that we used to say thank you in Warri because we have quite a number of languages like
Wow.
Urobo, Ijo, Ishekiri, Isoko, and what have you. And that
Okay.
is why our pidgin English is the most amazing language in the world. So we are going to say thank you to you in the way we do it in the Warri style. Something I did when I was in Nairobi.
Okay.
All right. So in Warri, when somebody does an amazing job, we
Yeah.
usually give the person a gunshot. So I'm going to give you 3 gunshot salutes to say thank you. So I'm going to start first. So it's just something simple. We'll just give you the cocoa sound.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 cocoa. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so let's give Uma 3 cocoa. 1, 2, 3, go. For Mando. So that's how we say thank you in Warri. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So
Really
I will
appreciate
share your slide with the community members.
it. Okay. Okay.
Yes, I will share your slide with the community members. And the book you said you're going to share, I heard that.
Yeah,
You can
I'll do
send to my
that.
email and I will send to them.
Yeah.
For those of them that actually get
Oh yeah.
into Kotlin. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a nice
All
day.
right. All right, you too.